We also have Mike Marseglia, who's not here this evening, Robert Hart, Danielle Stromberg, and myself, Lisa Kozel-Kenyon. We also want to introduce our council staff. We have our awesome Northwest DE, Ryan Hagerman. And I don't see Ethan Bashan tonight, but hi, Ethan. Not here, but want to say hello. We also have Rob Coates, our council commissioner, as well as Linda Norton as our Roundtable council commissioner. And this evening, we will do our popcorn promo. So could I have Janet Kasenga come in?
Sure. Hello, my name is Janet Kasenga, and I am with East Greenwich Pack 3.
Hold on.
Hello. Do I need to hold two mics? All right. So I'm from East Greenwich Pack 3, and I was asked to speak here today for about my practical experiences and how we as a unit sell. Our troop focuses mostly on show and sells. About a month from now, I will start going to all the stores that we go to, Lowe's, Ace Hardware. I particularly sell out of Mastery Martial Arts, which is near a CVS. I have about 6 to 8 dates that I sell in the evenings or first thing in the mornings. And I set them up early in the year so that it's something that I don't have to think about later in the year. And I feel, part of the stress of selling popcorn is getting those dates set up and figuring that out. So I set that up along with Sign Up Geniuses early on, so that takes away the stress from the fall, because the fall becomes super crazy with how do you sell popcorn. How does the annual popcorn sale benefit our unit? Our particular unit has 60 kids in it. It's quite a large unit, so it helps pay for our outlets and pins. It helps pay for our pack equipment, but it also pays for our activities like camping, campouts we do in winter and summer campout, and also in this April we're going to Battleship Cove, and we are paying for Battleship Cove with our popcorn. Skills that I've seen are self-acquired. I'm a strong advocate of fundraising for a cause. I don't believe in just asking for money for the sake of it. I love going for a cause. So the skills that I see from my scouts, from my Girl Scouts, is they get to engage with adults. They get self-esteem, their self-confidence. They get the ability to hear people saying no and people walking away and knowing that it's not them, that they're doing a good job. Parents think that their scouts can't. Most parents think that their scouts aren't capable of standing and selling popcorn, that they're too shy. However, I have gotten feedback from multiple parents after the fact saying, wow, I didn't know my child could do that, something like that. I'm so proud of that. So I think that when a parent goes out with selling popcorn, they go on to thinking that their child isn't capable or something, but really they're the ones that are affecting their scouts. So I really encourage parents to give their child an opportunity to prove it. So I really love that possibility that could come from popcorn sales. And what makes popcorn sales successful for me, I think it's the pre-planning. Like I said, I go out ahead of time. I set everything up when I have the time and I'm not stressed. And just that been talking about the aspect skills that you start to get from software, but those are the things that make software successful for me and myself. I wanted to talk about online sales. I personally do not push back online sales or online sales push back. The online platform is a little pricey for me. However, I do push selling to the military online. So you still get that online sales, so you can get families from a distance, and knowing that that money is going to be spent to a good cause. So I don't push platform sales specifically, but I do push military for me.
I, I'm really bad. I should know those things, but yes, yes, sir. Oh, I would say it's either ZD, which is white cheddar, or DD. Or I like to push. Well, I push all the higher cost ones, honestly. But but I do like to sell the purple popcorn because it lasts longer. You could say it lasts a lot longer. You get more bang for your buck. But also, like, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but the purple popcorn doesn't have any, it's hulless. So it's actually safer for kids to eat because it doesn't have that stuff that'll get stuck in their throats. Because kids aren't supposed to eat popcorn because of the hulls that get stuck in their throat. So I like to encourage that for the parents or adults who don't like getting that stuck in their teeth. So I sell that. Yes.
So we actually heard a couple of days ago from somebody on the they also said that they get a heck of a lot more sales through the going to the storefront or wherever
Yes.
selling there, not necessarily online and all of that stuff.
Mhm.
That's something that you really found.
Absolutely.
So what percentage is it, like 80, 90% of your sales or 100% of your sales of that?
No. Well, so primarily the pack does in-person or uh, show and sells. So yes, I don't know percentage. I really don't. I'm not that good with math. but but however, I will say, so because I am the leader of the Popcorn Kernel, and because I am such a strong advocate for fundraising for a cause, I also have to take my children around. So every year since I've joined, my children have sold over $1,000 in popcorn, and this year I had two boys in Scouts, and so we sold over $2,000 in popcorn, just our family alone. And by doing that, the way the way that we did that was mostly actually by going door to door. It's good. I spent 1 hour going door to door with both of my boys, and within 2 hours we had hit most of our goal. So yes, sir. We do not award the top sales sort of. Well, we sort of did. So this year, we had a table full of stuff that I went out and bought, like just like for prizes. And every time somebody hit a $200 goal, they would be able to pick a prize from the table. So like my sons both got to pick 5 items from this prize table, and we encouraged every scout to sell $200 worth of stuff. Obviously, we didn't like hold them to it, but we encouraged it, and so we had a prize table for those that achieved the $200 in personal sales, not in show and sell sales. Yes, yes, and the reason why I go there specifically is because it's right next to a CVS. Yes, so okay,
We were selling candy before.
okay,
CVS was like, you know,
yeah, yeah, they.
that's smart of you to go. And we went to Starbucks.
Oh, there you go. I didn't know that you could do that at Starbucks. Yeah, so yeah, we would like my son's hopefully going to be a black belt in May, and so I'm very close with the place, and they are always welcoming to me. So, but masteries in general, they are very welcoming to that kind of environment because well, they want people to come in to them. So like you could always go to a mastery and try to sell outside. When like the one in Johnston is right next to an Aldi, so you could probably set up next to them, for example. So. Any more questions?
Thank you so much. Thank you. Do you want to talk about the video that we were supposed to show? Oh, the video?
Sure. Don't need a microphone.
Oh, you do because of the
So just picture this. Okay, I'm gonna announce some special activity. There's a little QR code up here by my face, and you can scan it with the phone. Okay. So Eagle Scout recognition dinner, April 8th from 6 to 9. QR code scan. Okay. So then we also have scouting for all abilities. Join us via Zoom, April 15th. QR code. Okay. Then we've got spring break day camp open for Cub Scouts and Scouts BSA. So make sure you sign up. Again, we have a QR code for that. We are hiring, join our camp staff team, a whole bunch of open positions, chef, YLE, challenge director. I'm not going to list them all, but there's a whole bunch. So if you have some scouts that are interested, there's some age requirements. The youngest is 15, the oldest is 21, depending on the actual position. Yagoo Fun Friends Adventure, Weeblo's Outdoor Adventure, Yagoo Leadership Experience. Registration is open. Awesome opportunity. Next, what's the date? Summer camp. So starts June 20, week 1, yeah.
We'll be there. We just don't know the
4th, 5th, somewhere around there. Empower the Future, National Youth Leadership Training, NYLT. There's some pamphlets up in the back. In spring, it's at Camp North, March 29th. Oh, March 29th. And weekend 1 is April 4th through 6th. And weekend 2, April 11th through 13th. During the summer at Camp Yagoo, dates are August 17th through the 23rd. Be sure to check if you need some financial aid. That is available. QR codes for the financial aid and to register for NYLT. Next, we have, this is very important to me as the Northwest District Awards Chair, District Award nomination. Celebrate outstanding service, submit your nomination. You may do that online, and they will come to me and or Ryan, and we will meet at a undisclosed location and review all the nominations and make our decisions then. What else? Oh, nominations. Make sure you get them in by the end of the month, March, end of the month. What else we have? IOLS, leadership skills. And that's required for outdoor training for all Scoutmasters and Assistant Scoutmasters. That's April 25th through 27th at our very own Adventure Base Camp. Day camp. Make sure you registration is open also for day camp. So please be sure to check that out. Yagoo Forestry Corps Workday, April 12th from 8 to 4. I know my troop has done that in the past, and it's an awesome experience. So April 12th at Yagoo from 8 to 4. Or another awesome opportunity, 2026 National Jamboree registration is now open. Okay, so join others on July 22nd through the 31st at Summit Bechtel Reserve in West Virginia. And 2026, not 2025. And be sure to register. I know my unit already has 3 or 4 scouts going, and they're pumped to go. It's an awesome experience. They leave, and then they come back a different scout. I can tell you that by experience. Yeah, in a good way. Applications close May 15th for camperships. So all your scouts are going to camp. Make sure you apply for a campership by May 15th to see if we can get some financial assistance. Easter Egg Extravaganza, Saturday, April 12th at Adventure Base Camp from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. They're going to be separated by age groups, so you know the 15-year-olds won't be competing with the 6-year-olds. So great opportunity to invite friends. The egg hunt and all open program centers are free to the public. Again, QR code. I love the QR codes. You don't have to go looking. You just scan it and it brings you right there. Let's see, Adventure Day Camp staff. Looking for 15 and older year old for staff from June 23rd to August 22nd during weekdays from 9 to 4. If you have any scouts that may be interested, scan the QR code. Okay. What else we have? Oh, Baloo, basic adult leader, outdoor orientation, essential training for Cub Scout leaders before your next overnight camping trip. Sign up today and ensure a safe and fun experience for your Cub Scouts. Adventure at the Fort, awesome experience. We participated the last time it was offered. The organizers in the back looking for volunteers to help out, I'm sure. So that's October 12th, 10th through 12th of this year. Be sure to sign up and register now. We already put our deposit down for our troop. We're really excited to go. As Tim would say, it's an awesome experience, wicked awesome. Okay. What else do we have? Leaders meetings, all excited about this. They're from what I recall, this is almost a month in advance of what there has been in the last year. So the 2025 Yagu leaders meetings start at 7 p.m. March 18th is for the Massachusetts crew, happening at New England Base Camp. March 19th is for the Rhode Island folks at Parkview Middle School. And March 26th is virtual meeting if you cannot make any of them. Again, QR code to scan and register for one of those meetings. Pinewood Derby Regional Race brought to you by Tasca. Be sure to register your scouts that won your winning scouts from your Pinewood Derby. Yes, top 5 to participate in the regional Pinewood Derby. What else? We're almost done. Day camp open house. Offer a glimpse into the exciting world of summer program at ABC Camp or Camp Norris. So QR code, sign up for those opportunities. This is hot off the press. Camporee. Like, what is that? It's happening April 25th through the 27th at our very own Camp Yagu. Great. Get ready for an action-packed weekend at the Camporee of Champions where scouts will test their skills and sportsmanship in Olympic-inspired challenges. I'm kind of overseeing this, so it's on the calendar. I've got placed on the calendar thanks to Zach and some other folks. So make sure you register for that. We're going to be setting up. It's not going to be a Klondike. It's not going to be that. It's going to be a camporee where folks will go to different stations and compete. And it's going to be an awesome time. Looking for folks to staff stations. And if you have an idea of what you would like to do, that's pretty much what you can do. And we'll work on that. And then the last ones. Pretty much talked about those dates. Talked about the training. That is all. I'm done with the virtual thing. So.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Well, we have a new presenter for our Scouting for All Abilities. Could Kim Richard come on down to discuss what she has in store for us?
Hi, my name's Kim Richard. I am the new chair for the Scouting for All Abilities Council Committee. I was recently the Northeast District Liaison. I did that for about a year. But I come from a 20-year background in working with kiddos with special needs. So if you are passionate about helping kids succeed and helping families and Cub folks and Pack folks feel more comfortable with how to get those kids to succeed, we're looking for some folks who are interested in joining our Zoom meetings. They are every other month. The next one is on Tuesday, April 15th. There is a flyer in the back with a QR code on it if you want to come check us out. And I have an email list here if you guys want to be on my email list to have the things sent when we come up with trainings or information or to see when the next meeting is. And it's only for an hour, the meetings. And if you want to reach out to me also to get on the list, if you know someone else that wants to be, my email is affordablycrafty, AFFORDABLY @gmail.com. Yeah, thanks very much for listening. Have a great day.
you. At this time, we're going to do our breakout sessions. Scouts BSA and Venturing is in this room, and Cub Scout is in the other room with Jeremy and Linda. The Cub Scout breakout will be in the link in the chat. Hope to see you there.
No more QR codes without dates, locations. Having the QR code doesn't do me anything. So this is feedback. There's a wait on.
Not loud enough. I don't need a mic. Sorry. Hey, Josh.
Yeah.
Guess what's happening September 26th to 28th at Yahoo? Leadership training. It's called Wood Badge. Wouldn't you like to come?
I would love to, because it's
We want you to come.
and every scout deserves a trained leader.
And it's 2 weekends. Our second weekend will also be at Yahoo, October 18th and 19th. We hope to see you there. Pamphlets are in the back of the room and soon to be QR code. I know we're QR code heavy these days.
I'll walk around and pass them if anybody wants some.
Thanks, Josh. All right. We have an awesome speaker tonight to discuss something for Scouts BSA today. Bob DeFelice.
Lisa, thank you. So tonight we're going to talk about Scouts BSA and camping with Arrow of Light Scouts. So first, let's talk about changes that happened in the Cub Scout program last summer. So National made changes to actually simplify the Cub Scout program so it was easier not only for parents, but for scouters to understand the program and the ranks, okay? So now the Cub Scout program, the ranks are geared around grades. So it starts out at kindergarten with Lion and goes all the way up to the 4th grade where you have Weeblo Scouts, and then the 5th grade where you have Arrow of Light. And if you, for people who've been around a little bit, you remember when the Weeblos program was just the Weeblos program, and it was a 2-year program. And even among us scouters, we got a little confused because we'd have to say, oh, it's Weeblos 1 or Weeblos 2, or what are we talking about? So with the revamp of the program, what they did is Weeblos is grade 4 and Arrow of Light is its own rank, and that is grade 5. So it makes it very easy to understand who's in what program and what rank they're at. Okay. So as part of Arrow of Light, the whole purpose of the Arrow of Light rank and that program in Cub Scouts is to get scouts, Cub Scouts, to cross over to Scout BSA troops. And as part of that, some of the requirements that the Arrow of Light scouts have to complete include visiting a troop and also going camping. All right. So, and there's lots of ways they can satisfy the camping requirement. All right. So, Arrow of Light is part of the Cub Scout program. So, they have to follow the Cub Scout camping rules. Okay. So, let's talk about what that is. First, they can only camp at council designated facilities. Okay. So, for us, that's Aquapog, Buck Hill, Champlain, Norse, and Yagu. All right. The second rule is maximum of 2 consecutive nights. All right. The scout, the AOLL scout, must be accompanied by a parent. Okay. The den needs to bring a blue trained adult. Okay. Because that's part of the requirements when camping. All right. And when we think about the weather, because the weather plays a factor in Cub Scout camping, all right? If they're going to be tent camping, the temperature must be above 40 degrees, okay? So that's another rule that has to be followed. So when you think about Cub Scout camping, Arrow of Light Scouts, they can camp with a Scout BSA troop. Arrow of Light Scouts can attend a Scout BSA camporee. Okay, those are all legitimate activities that a Arrow of Light den can perform. Now, one of the things that's important to note is that Weeblos, right? Well, can Weeblos go camping with a Scouts BSA troop? And the answer is no, they cannot. Weeblos den can go camping on their own, and they can do a den camp out following the same rules that the AOL dens can follow, right? 2 consecutive nights at a council designated property. If you're tent camping above 40 degrees, Weeblos dens can do that on their own, but they cannot camp with a Scout BSA troop. That's limited to Arrow of Light dens, okay? So that's sort of the happy path. All right. Now let's talk about some maybe variations, right? Oh, my parent can't attend, but I want my scout to still attend, right? So, first, this should be a great exception to the rule, okay? Not really encouraged, right? And if this is an extenuating circumstance and the parent is really interested in making this happen, this can be done. It has to be prearranged, okay? So before the camp out, the parent, along with the adult leader who is running the camp out, they agree on who will be supervising the child, all right? And then that is allowed, okay? Um, and to the degree that that those individuals, they can only supervise one scout. All right. So you can't be in a situation where you've got, oh, 3 parents aren't coming and Bob is going to watch all 3 kids. It doesn't work that way. Right. So Bob can certainly bring his son or daughter. And if it's prearranged and everyone agrees, you can watch one other scout. Okay. Um, Now, another variable would be, okay, I don't want to, or we'd like to go camping someplace other than a council designated location. Can we do that? And the answer is maybe, right? It has to be pre-approved, right? You can't just say, oh, we're going to go camping here, right? So council needs to approve that other location. All right. So council will do a site survey. They might ask for pictures, might ask for other documentation. It's possible, but it needs to be pre-approved and you need to get that approved in advance. So those are sort of two different variations to that. Another variation potentially, one more, and I'll take a question from the audience. Uh, let's say an AOL scout wants to go camping and the den can't go camping, or maybe that scout missed the camp out and would like to go camping with the troop. Can they go as a single scout, a parent and a scout, go camping with the troop? Yes, they can, right? So they don't have to go as a whole big den. The scout missed and they wanted to make that up at another camp out. They certainly could do that. All right, so we have a question in the audience. So it has to be a registered leader. Oh, so the question is, in the example where a scout is attending without their parent, which should be the great exception to the rule, okay, is that a Cub Scout registered leader or is it a Scouts BSA registered leader? The answer is it has to be a registered leader, has to be agreed to in advance, okay? And the person who's running the camp out has to agree to this, right? And the parents agree to the people who are providing the supervision. And then the adults that are providing the supervision, they are limited to watching one scout, right? So you're never in a situation where, oh, it's, Bob and Lisa and they're watching, three people's kids. It doesn't work that way. All right, good. So lots of fun, lots of opportunities. Great way to get scouts to cross over to your troop. The other thing I would also remind people of is the Guide to Safe Scouting and the appropriate activities for the age and rank, right? So you might be bringing in AOL scouts to go on your Scouts BSA camping trip, but they can't shoot the 22 rifles, right? Because that is not within their age, bracket, right? So you've got your Arrow of Light Scouts attending your camp out. Make sure you've got good planned activities for them that are within the Guide to Safe Scouting, and there are appropriate activities for the scouts. Great. Any other questions? So the question is, for the adventure at the fort, will AOL scouts be able to stay over with the troops? So the answer to that question is yes, okay? And so why is it yes? Well, first, it's a Scouts BSA camporee, and that's allowed within the AOL program, okay? The Jamboree at the Fort is a council sanctioned event. So the venue has been vetted. So that's an approved location. So AOL scouts that wanted to participate as a overnight at the Adventure of Fort would be able to do that. Yes, they have to stay with a parent, right? So that's a great question, Kevin, right? When AOL scouts are camping, it's always with a parent, always, right? And if the parent can't attend, which will be the great exception to the rule, right? Okay, huge exception, right? If a parent can't attend, then it has to be under the supervision of two other adults agreed to in advance by the parents and the leaders running the trip. So absolutely encourage. Cub camping is a scout parent activity. And that's what we should be messaging to our families, right? Because we want the families to go camping too, because ultimately we need those parents as volunteers so that we can cover our too deep leadership and be able to volunteer and help us out on our campouts. Yes. So the question is, do those parents need to be YPT completed? All right. So this is Cub camping. All right. So in Cub camping, parents can go camping with their kids, all right, with their scouts, all right, and they're not necessarily um, registered leaders, okay, or YPT trained for that matter, although we would encourage that all the time. But because Cub camping is a family activity, the parent can go with the child and camp with that child in a Cub camping event, all right? Um, now, from a YPT perspective, right, all those policies still apply. Okay, in terms of how you're running your camp operation, adult leaders trained, blue training, etc. Yes, absolutely right. So again, an AOL scout camping with a Scouts BSA troop, that is part of the Cub Scout program, right? So again, they're camping with that troop. An adult, a parent is with that scout, okay? They're camping with that scout. A blue trained leader needs to attend that camping trip. And then all the other YPT policies for the troop and other adults all apply, right? So for example, that youth is going on a Scouts BSA camp out, right? So if you look at the Scout BSA policy, right? If you're going to be staying overnight and you're part of a Scouts BSA troop, you need to be registered and YPT trained, et cetera, right? So all those troop members have to be registered adult leaders and YPT trained. Yes. It's not required, right? And that's a great thing to do, right? You should say you should take the YPT training, right? You don't have to register or sign up or pay the fee, but we strongly encourage all adults to be YPT trained, right? And if they're going to be in the program, right, they're going to have to do that eventually anyway, right? It's 20 minutes, right? 20 minutes online, very easy. Very good. Other questions? Awesome. Very good. I think that is it.
Thank you, Bob.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you. Have Mike Kenyon come back up to talk about the camporee at Yagu in April.
So yes, Camporee, April, last weekend in April. Looking for leaders, units to take a role and staff a station. The station is up to that unit and leader's discretion. We are going to have awards, first, second, and third, and we'll have overall awards. We will have an opening ceremony with an Olympic theme. We will have a closing ceremony with an Olympic theme. Check-in will be at the Buckland, and the ceremonies will be in the field. So it's important to kind of get things rolling. For those of you that want to staff a station, please email me at michael.kenyon.bsa@gmail.com and indicate that you're interested so we can get things rolling. I would also like to shout out to Zach Daigle. If you look when you go on to register for the camporee, it's a little more high tech than in the past. You actually get to select a site if you're looking to stay over. So you can also select the site to camp at, which is really awesome. You can do that at the same time. So highly suggest for those of you that are going to be staying over, take that opportunity. We will have a Cracker Barrel Friday night, and it should be awesome. So also, while I have the microphone, as the Northwest District Awards Chair, please be sure to go on the calendar and register to attend the Northwest District Awards dinner at 12 Acres. It's a new venue from the last several years. It's going to offer a great opportunity, and you get to select your meal. I ask you select your meal by April 28th. That is the deadline because 12 Acres needs to know who and how many want what food. So please be sure to do that. And I think that's all I've got. Thank you.
Does anyone have any questions in the audience? Don't forget, there's a feedback box. I apologize for the technical difficulties, but I thank you for coming tonight. Thank you so much. We are back at Amica next month. So try not to be here. We'll meet you in Lincoln.